With me is Jason Pittman. Jason, welcome back.
Thanks, Dan. Hey, everybody.
Jason, we just saw a clip on the fusion of gaming and hacking. You've taken a look at games over the years, competitive gaming, and you're familiar with CTFs. Is this kind of like peanut butter and chocolate? It's a natural fit?
I think it's like peanut butter and bananas, being a little bit of an Elvis man myself. It's the perfect synthesis.
What is it that you think will attract gamers to capture the flag, to being able to hack the game, do reverse engineering, use these tools inside a game that really will stretch them in a way that normal gaming never will?
There's multiple variables involved. I'd like to step back and say this. I think Vector 35 has really hit the nail on the head here. They understand that the power of the synthesis is gaming, in essence, is solving puzzles. There's a whole field of study related to puzzles and whether it's a pattern puzzle or a process puzzle, but all games are puzzles. Well, inherently, a cyber competition is filled with puzzles. We call them challenges. So the synthesis of taking the idea of a competition and embedding it in a gaming framework is perfect.
I think one of the coolest things about gaming is, we've talked about this being a sport and that it's fun to play a sport. Well, for a lot of kids, it's even more fun to do video games. So if this is something that starts being used in computer science courses, starts being used at the high school level, that kids will be able to really start to get into these advanced concepts earlier, like reverse engineering, but they think they're playing a video game.
Well, that's one of the beautiful things about like Pwn Adventure. In the beauty of having the game framework as the meta context is you can embed any kind of challenge you want in it, which is something that, like for instance with CCDC, it's a great competition, but it's purely a cyber competition because of its nature. And you couldn't turn that into a computer science competition or a FIRST robotics competition. They're not compatible. With something like an MMO as the framework, you can put anything you want in there.
Now, Pwn Adventure is not the first CTF game. Pico CTF's been going on for a few years now, and they've developed it with scenarios, storylines, with really cool graphics. But this is taking it several steps further, because going down this road, we talked in the interview about how we can get to the point where this is going to be a gaming competition that's the public is going to want to see. And you know how competitive gaming, what type of viewers it gets. Do you think we could make this type of gaming generate an audience as fanatical as Dota or some of those other gaming competitions?
I think we absolutely can. It's in gamers' nature to be competitive. For instance, in World of Warcraft, you do quests and you level your character up, you gain power and you do things. How fast people can go from level 1 to level 10 became a competition. And that's just made up by the community. But it's something that is emergent, and I think it's something that's very powerful in the competitive spirit.
We looked at the statistics on gaming, and I was happily surprised to see it's almost 50-50 between female and male gamers. Now, there are different types of games that men and women are attracted to, but I think that opening up this environment for playing a CTF in a game, you can have any type of game you want, so you can have games that are tailored to audiences.
You absolutely can, and I think that's something, that's another one of those variables that highlights the beauty of this synthesis between game design and cybersecurity competitions. The game industry, particularly in video games, for a long time has understood how to solve the gender inclusion problem. Cybersecurity competitions really haven't gotten there yet. With this, they have.
Thank you, Jason.
Thanks, Dan. See you, everybody.
We will be back next week with a look of how middle school girls are learning cybersecurity and playing Capture the Flag. If you have a competition you would like us to cover in a future show, please contact us at cyberfed.org. I'm Dan Manson. See you next week.